Welcome everybody to the episode 19 of Breaking the Huddle. It is kind of the midway point of the basketball season. As you can see, it says Toyota Classic. It's the week we're all waiting for every year. It's kind of more like the 60% point of the season. It seems a little later this year because it is. The boys have played 18 games. The girls' teams have played more than 15 at this point. By the time you watch this, the tournament may be underway or just getting started. Of course, it's a 4-day event as always, starting on Wednesday night. The difference this year, Great Crossing hosting night number 1, Scott County hosting night number 2, and then it's an even split for the final 2 days. It's a girls round robin tournament as always. Great Crossing opens with Simon Kenton, or opened with Simon Kenton on Wednesday night. And then there were 2 boys quarterfinal games there. On Thursday, the girls from Scott County will host a game against Lincoln County, the team that beat them last year, so some revenge on their minds there. And then Scott County boys take on Christian Academy, the only out-of-state team. They're from South Carolina. Other boys teams, of course, Great Crossing played Lafayette in the first round. Then you have Frederick Douglass, Thomas Nelson, Marion County, and Wayne County rounding out the field. And of course, on the girls' side, Scott County, Great Crossing, Lincoln County, and Simon Kenton will each play each other to determine a champion, assuming one team comes through it undefeated. Certainly looking at Saturday, the Scott County Simon Kenton girls game likely to be the championship match up in a lot of people's mind, but I know Great Crossing has other plans Friday afternoon at 5:30, if you will. At Scott County, the first ever Battle of the Birds between those 2 proud programs, one established, one brand new, and looking to knock down some doors. That game will be on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network, of course, and you can join us here at newsgraphic.com for that, for the audio as well. It's going to be a fast-paced game, I think. Both teams averaging Great Crossing in the high 60s, Scott County one of the top 3 scoring teams in the state in the low 70s. Speaking of points, I want to give a shout out to Morgan DeFore. She became, we believe, it's the 6th 2,000 point scorer in Lady Cards history. It's funny, the more people that do this, the more people from the past get dug up and say, wait a minute, she scored 2,000 also. Yukari Figs, Rebecca Gray Dyer, Kristen Steinbach Fields, Malia Owens, and now Chelsea Lyman also has been added to that list from what we can tell. There's some people still trying to confirm that, even though it was only 10 years ago. Morgan DeFore did it at Bryan Station on Tuesday night in an 89-28 victory. She scored the exact number of 14 that she needed, got it on a layup off a steal from Emma Price in the 3rd quarter. Scott County just dominated that game. Malaya Williams, 32 points, almost had a dunk, but she did have 5 3-pointers, and that was a career-high 32 for her. She'll hit 1,000, God willing, over the weekend at the Toyota Classic. She only needs 14 points, so we're expecting that to happen rather quickly. Good night for Kennedy Tompkins as well, double-double. They've only lost 1 game since the 2nd week of the season, have the Lady Cards, and that was to the defending state champion Raleigh Raiders. So SC on a roll, Great Crossing on a roll. It had its first loss in a while this past Friday night to Franklin County, but no shame in that, as they're the 6-time defending 41st District champions are the Lady Flyers. So GC right in the mix to go to regions this year, and of course Scott County has regional and state title aspirations. So can't wait for that one on Friday. That's going to be a big centerpiece of this Toyota Classic weekend. On the boys' side, of course, Great Crossing coming in at 9-9. There's been some ups and downs for them, but they certainly, being undefeated in the 41st District, have a good shot to do some damage and kind of using this tournament as a jumping off point to the end of the season for them. Scott County, very uncharacteristic at 7-10 right now. Lost a heartbreaker to Lafayette on Saturday night, but I think Coach Tim Glenn still believes this team has turned the corner. He can see it in practice. They've just got to find their way. They haven't struggled at the end of games like that. That was a rare thing for them. But turnovers have been an issue and staying out of foul trouble. But this tournament, again, could be a good spot for them if they can get some momentum. Looking at Marion County perhaps as a tough semifinal game on Friday night. And then we'd all love to see another Battle of the Birds on Saturday. Both teams would have to get past some challenges to get to that point. But the championship game is at 2 p.m. Assuming one of the teams is involved, we will have it on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. We'd love to see them both there. Hope we see you out at the Toyota Classic. It's going to be a great time. As always, as we said, 2 broadcasts, but be there for all the pageantry. Get to both schools. You can find the schedule in the news graphic as well as on the KHSAA website if you look up the individual team pages. But a little different look this year, but all the same excitement and fun, and the silent auction and the good food and the great fellowship with people from the county. Hope you can join us. Until next time, see you on the sidelines.